Hey everybody, just wanted to show you a few things I got at the auction. Hey, here's a vintage item here. You know what these are, you fiber experts? These are cards. These specifically are cotton cards, number 10 cotton, the only genuine old Whittemore patent, improved number 10 cotton card. From L.S. Watson and Company, Leicester, Massachusetts. So, some cards are for wool. These cards are for cotton. You don't see just a whole lot of these around, but these are actually in good shape. It's got a piece of, I think that's leather, with got hundreds of little tiny fragile wires that are poking through that leather there. And then the leather is tacked down to this very well made thin piece of wood on both sides. And you would put cotton in here that you ginned, you took the seeds out of it. And before you spin wool or cotton or any type of fiber like that, you'll want to card it, which is essentially to get all the fibers running in the same direction so that you can then spin it very easily. So that's what these are, and they're in really good shape. You might need these if you're into, fiber stuff, you're growing that cotton. So, some cotton cards. Hey, you remember these? Back in the day, we called them video cassette machines. They would play movies, actually. In my day, back when I was in junior high, I guess, maybe junior high to high school, that's when videotapes started becoming popular. And at first, not many people could afford the machine. They were pretty pricey to begin with. My family, I think we were probably the last ones to ever get one in Arkansas. And my friends had them before I did, and I'd go over to their house, and they would rent, videotapes, and we'd watch a movie. Because I don't know if you kids understand this, but when I was growing up, if you saw something on TV, you're not going to be able to play it back. You had to be there that night to watch it. And then if it was to be continued, you had to be there next week to watch it, or you were going to miss it. Or you had to wait, 6 months before you saw a rerun. We could not watch things over and over again. We were totally dependent on network television. So when VCRs came out, video cassette recorders, it was quite a novelty that we could watch parts of a movie over and over and over again. And, that was fascinating. When I was a kid, I used to record shows with a cassette recorder, audio only, and then listen them back. I'd record, the Charlie Brown special, Christmas special, listen to it all year, and I would memorize the audio and not know what visually was happening until I saw it again next year. It was a strange life we had, those of us, 45, 50, 55, 58 years and older. Anyway, when these first came out, you would go to a gas station, convenience store, or wherever, rented videotapes, and you would rent the machine and the tape, a movie or whatever, to watch, and then you bring the movie back and recheck out the machine and rent another movie the next week or, whatever. So, when I saw this, and they're getting rare, when I saw this, I thought, it's worth a chance to see if this will work, because I know there's somebody out there, maybe somebody out there that still has video cassette movies, or, you taped your kids on the big old VCR tape. So I've got yours if you want to buy it. It'll be in my super secret flea market location. Come get it. Come buy your own VCR. I got a little flat of some kitchen items here. Here's a nice, very thin metal ladle. They used to keep ladles by the well. When you'd pull up some water, you'd keep a ladle right there, or a dipper gourd. A lot of times, I remember my grandma having a dipper gourd out near her well, and you could just reach down, get you a drink of water after you come in from the fields, fresh out of the well. So there's a good old vintage ladle that somebody will want to hang in their kitchen. Speaking of cool things to put in your kitchen, look here. I got a couple of rolling pins, otherwise known as husband trainers. This one is just pretty ordinary. Nothing's unusual about this one, but this one has the old red handles. Nowadays, red-handled kitchen utensils are sought after, People love that look, that old-fashioned country look in your kitchen, and this certainly exhibits that. So, husband trainer, you might need one. Oh, looky here. Here is a rare find indeed. Look what I have. Do you know what this is? Kids, this is a lava lamp from that decade known as the 60s. And you know what? They still make these, like replicas of these, but I think this is the real one. They were invented or came out in 1963, and by the looks of this one, it wasn't too long after that. This is a pretty old one. Basically, what this consists of is a halogen bulb, which are very hard to find these days. I wish somebody would fix that. I depend on those things. Anyway, you got a halogen bulb in here, which when you turn it on with a switch, it puts off heat, and the heat rises here, and it melts this wax type stuff, colored wax, and it starts, gooshing around within this liquid, clear liquid. And as it heats, it changes the density of the wax, and it rises to the top, and looks like lava. And then as it cools up here, it sinks back down to where it's heated again, and it just does that all day. So a real, authentic, vintage lava lamp. And it could be yours. You need to come to our store, Gap Mercantile, in beautiful Caddo Gap, Arkansas, and see what we have available there. We've got all kinds of antiques like, real lava lamps, and jellies and jams and t-shirts and ice cream and soda pop and candy and tools and books. Just a lot of cool things to look at. That's Gap Mercantile. Next time you're coming through Arkansas, make a swing through Southwest Arkansas, Caddo Gap, Arkansas, and look us up at Gap Mercantile. I'll see you there. I got a bunch of stock pots, a whole set of them, all sizes. These are stainless steel. This one has a glass lid. That's kind of nice. Of course, these are useful for, cooking chicken stock. Boil a chicken in here and then get your chicken stock. I guess that's why they call them stock pots. I don't know. But I've got a big one out here somewhere that I use when I'm scalding chickens, when I'm butchering chickens. If I don't want to heat up water in a big cast iron pot, sometimes I would just heat water in this and use it to scald the chickens. Scalding chickens makes the feather plucking go a lot easier. So I have used these for that one, an old one, that nobody wanted. So a bunch of stock pots. And to go with our stainless steel stock pots, we've got some stainless steel bowls that need washing out. That's kind of nasty. It's been dried. It's probably clean now. We got two about that size. Well, that's a little bigger than that one. Then a little bit smaller one, and then the really big one here. These are good for shelling peas or beans or, working up food, whatever, stainless steel pans. But my favorite, the enamel dish pan. Usually the classic ones with the red ring around the edge of them. I don't know why they put a red ring around it. It's pretty, it looks good. But these are the classic, I'm going to shell some peas on the front porch dish pans that are so useful for all kinds of things. When I'm filleting catfish, I'll have one beside me, put the clean fillets in it. Working up chicken outside, butchering chickens, put the fresh washed bodies in there so you can transport them to the kitchen. So a nice dish pan, always good to have around. And these come in all sizes too. Okay, I got a La Pistolette e Viande Secchi original model. Oh, here's the English. It has the English side. What was I reading? French? The original jerky gun. The original jerky gun. How about that? You can just put, I guess, ground up meat in there and jerky away. Huh. I like jerky. Jerky's good. Carrot fishing, just, bite you off a chunk and suck on it for a while and then chew it up and then eventually swallow it. So, the original jerky gun, or La Pistolette à Viande Secchi. Original model. I don't know. Jerky gun in any language. You know, these things are supposed to be real relaxing to look at. They kind of make me nervous because I feel like the house is going to catch on fire. Especially with old wiring.